Oh, come on! You know, just when I thought this fucking Quantum drama might actually be over, it's still going, and Quantum is still making a complete ass of himself. I mean, seriously, it was fun to cover this drama in the early stages, but at this point I'm just doing it for money. Because at the end of the day, something's gotta pay for me to buy Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. And trust me when I say it ain't my parents. I mean, they still think I should have gotten a part-time job instead of making YouTube videos. And at this point I probably should have, because it would have saved me having to talk about Quantum TV for, what is it now, the 5th video? I mean, seriously, I don't even think I've milked Crap Gamer or JTech this much. And believe me when I say, last year I milked those two dry. If they were cows and this wasn't a metaphor, then they would have literally the most wrinkled udders you've ever seen. I milked them more than J-Station milks the death of a celebrity. But anyway, what are we talking about today, and why are we talking about it? Well, to answer the first question, Quantum TV's latest video on this whole situation. And to answer the second question, money. But anyway, Quantum TV has released this video titled The Power of an Apology, Quantum TV Podcast. And I mean, this shit goes for over 26 minutes, so even with me cutting this down, this is gonna be one long-ass video. And also, funnily enough, the comments are turned off. I guess Quantard finally got tired of everybody roasting him in the comments for how much of a dumbass he is. Now, because Quantum is known for, well, copyright abuse and false DMCAs, all of the footage from his video is going to be heavily edited to avoid him being able to content ID this video. Even though it would technically fall under fair use, that's still not gonna stop Quantum. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get straight into the video.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Quantum TV Podcast. So today we're gonna talk about some things I've learned.
Holy shit, Quantum has learned something? Maybe he's actually going to admit that he's wrong in this situation. Just kidding. We all know how this is gonna go. I mean, seriously, it's more predictable than day and night itself.
I've learned if you wake up on a Thursday afternoon, just, roll out of bed after using a bunch of slurs on Twitter, you can just hop online and apologize and everything goes away. Because you have a bright future ahead of you, or maybe you were a kid that is just having a bad day. And everybody's gonna forgive you over it.
Not really. You can't just say I'm sorry to something and, everyone forgives you for it. You've actually got to admit to what you did wrong and show that you've learned from it. And you have to prove in some way that you're going to get better. Because at the end of the day, sorry by itself means nothing. You actually have to own up to what you did, aka say, I did this, and I am sorry for it. Which everybody involved in this situation seems to be able to do, with the exception of you, Quantum.
Because that seems to be what these idiots that run their cancel crusade against me think.
Yeah, let me just point out that this shit ain't cancel culture. This is everyone holding you accountable for the bad shit you've done. Like trying to use the DMCA system to silence criticism against you. And of course, all the bigotry, which seems to be consistent on every single platform of Quantum TV's. And yes, even though a lot of the bigoted shit that Quantum TV said and did is from years ago, he has not even said sorry for it. In fact, his behavior now is still quite consistent with it. As well, Quantum hasn't even admit to doing the things that he's being accused of, despite the fact that there is heaps of proof that he did in fact do them. If you want a video that goes more in depth on this stuff, then I'll just point you over to the Actman's video. It's really good. I mean, not gonna lie, I'd be kind of surprised if you haven't seen it, but in case you haven't, the link to that video is in the description.
Now, we have people trying to cancel Quantum TV. There's no secret. I've been dealing with it for years, right?
I know, it's almost as if Quantum has always been the same bigoted person that he is now. Only now, because of Quantum's shitty decisions, it's been brought to the attention of more people. Like, I mean, seriously, Quantum, you've dug your own hole here. Your days on this platform are numbered.
Well, the most recent entry into this, the Actman, Griffin Gaming, Review Tech USA, and their little buddies and their friends, right? Okay. But here's the thing with these YouTubers. They are on camera saying things like, everyone uses slurs, it's the bundle of sticks word.
Yeah, the thing is that the worst these guys have done is slipped up and said a slur. Whereas you, on the other hand, have wished death upon members of the LGBT community and said that you wish they were Pulse victims, referencing the Pulse nightclub shooting. Not to mention, he's been caught commenting on a video of an LGBT activist being attacked, saying that the attacker is a hero. I'm sorry, Quantum, but what the actual fuck is wrong with you? I'm sorry, but at this point, Quantum, what you need to do isn't make a YouTube apology. It's to go and get therapy.
Enter the Act Man. A whole bunch of shit he says on Twitter. I can't post any of it. That's how bad it is.
Okay, yes, the Act Man has quite a few bad tweets where he's used slurs. Do I think that's right? Hell no. However, the Act Man doesn't act like that anymore. He's learned from it, and he's disavowed those statements on many occasions. And besides, none of the shit that he said was particularly unforgivable. Like, oh, I don't know, saying that the entire LGBT community should die and they all should have been Pulse victims. I mean, I think there's a big difference between, hey, look, I said a slur word and I'm edgy, and, you know, wishing death upon an entire community.
Right? Gets on camera, owns the shit. Don't mention it, though, because if you mention it, those are old tweets. These fuckers literally use the old tweet excuse and wants everybody to say, well, at least he apologized. At least he owned it. Unlike you. Unlike me. Are you deaf, my guys? Are you hard of hearing?
Yes, unlike you, because you haven't owned up to the shit you said. You've blamed it on everybody else. You've tried to make at least a million excuses, like, oh, but I was hacked. You know, it was my moderators. And everybody has seen right fucking through it. But nobody's fallen for it. You wanna know why? Because we have seen no evidence that you were hacked, or that it was your moderators. And even still, if somebody hacked your accounts, and you got them back, then why wouldn't you delete all the shit that they posted? Why would you just leave it up there? Not to mention, why were they still linked to your YouTube channel despite being hacked? I mean, it's almost as if they weren't hacked. Whoa. Shocker.
Don't you think in the last, God knows how many years I've been on YouTube, go ahead, look it up, whatever, okay? That if what you're saying is true, I wouldn't be here all these years later.
Funny that you would mention that, Quantum, because in the Actman's video, he literally talks about how there's evidence that you've been ban evading from YouTube. So, you know, I don't really think that works as an excuse.
You're talking about a channel who has done nothing but review products is magically gonna come up with these kinds of values out of the blue and say this outlandish wild shit?
Yes. I mean, that's literally what happened. Just because you review TVs, it doesn't mean you can't be a bigot and say horrible shit on the internet. Like, the internet is literally a platform where you can say anything. But there are still consequences, as Quantum TV is coming to find out.
Here's the reality. I leave no secret or nothing to the imagination when I talk about myself, right?
Oh, don't worry, Quantum. We are all well aware of that. I mean, if your goal was to leave absolutely nothing about yourself up to the imagination, well, then I would say you have succeeded in that.
So one of the things you can easily deduce, I am a guy that is very much in love with my wife. I don't mind telling people I love my wife, I love being married, and I don't mind telling people that, hey, I'm a Christian man, I love my faith. Because I do that, people use that and twist that into the most terrible things, and they attack me because of my religion.
Nobody is fucking attacking you because of your religion. The reality is, nobody gives a shit about your religion, okay? People are angry at you and holding you accountable, rightfully so, for things you've said and done. It could be argued that Quantum is a religious extremist, but this is not about religion, okay? If you were just somebody that believed in God and followed a religion, nobody would care. I certainly wouldn't. I'm friends with plenty of people who are religious. And though I myself am not religious, I still respect their beliefs.
I'm labeled a right-winger?
I mean, a lot of your arguments have been very similar to those of right-wing extremists.
So
yes, I would say that is a fair label.
And then people come to me, they send me all kinds of personal information on you. 90% of it I have no interest in, you know? I know about all of your family members at this point. I don't care to know that.
How much do you want to bet that he's making all this shit up? Like, this is the same motherfucker who obsesses over Mischief's age, and on one of Mischief's live streams, kept trying to ask Mischief to show his face. Like, I bet you that if Quantum TV did have all of our personal information, is it really that far-fetched to say that Quantum would dox us? My brain is getting smoother by the second. Do I really need to explain to you that that was a joke? Like, Mischief is joking when he says that. Like, for somebody who talks about how this is all cancel culture and how everybody else in this situation is so easily offended, you sure are one sensitive little bitch.
You know it's happening, so don't say it's not an impersonation. When somebody hacks my shit, impersonates me through my main channel, acting like me?
Okay, there is a big difference between somebody making a fake account of you and saying, hey, look at me, I'm Quantum TV. My dick is 7 times smaller than Mischief's, versus an actual breach of cybersecurity. Like, this doesn't prove anything.
I can go through all of this hardship, and I can have all this shit happen, and you guys think I need to apologize because it happened to me?
No, we think you should just stop lying and just admit you posted that stuff. Like, you've literally got no proof that you were hacked. Like, there's not even a video of you saying, hey guys, so I was hacked, the hackers did this and this, and yeah, that's the situation. The closest you have is a video where you said about a fake Quantum TV account. That's it. Nothing about you being hacked.
You think I need to apologize because somebody hacked me, and I need to apologize for the things they did as me, and more correctly, find everything they posted under my name when I was hacked in 2018.
I mean, it seems reasonable that after you've been hacked, you would go through your account to try and restore things back to normal. Or even just post about it on that account and say, hey look, so you know all of this wasn't me, I was hacked. But you didn't do that. This entire hacking narrative has only come out now that you've been caught for these things. I'm sorry, but if you were actually hacked, there wouldn't be this much doubt about it, because there would be evidence of it.
Here's what I challenge all of you to do. Find something recent.
Okay, let's just... And done! Oh wow. That wasn't that hard. Oh hey look, here's an example of Quantum's bigotry from a few months ago. It's almost like there's a pattern here. Oh, here's another one! Oh! Shit, bro. I don't know what you were expecting to happen here, Quantum, but I don't think it's as hard to find these things as you might think.
Find it, I dare you. I double dog dare you.
I did. Can I have my medal?
Find anything from 2020, I would even say, onward.
I mean, okay, I found like 3 things. Can I have my achievement now? Do I get to level up?
I know what you guys are gonna try to do. You're gonna try to twist those words in that old Batman review that I did, right? Which I deleted because you guys kept taking it out of context.
You called Zoe Kravitz a half-breed. Like, I'm pretty sure you should know that that isn't a very nice thing to say. Especially about somebody you don't know. Like, I'd understand if it was one of your friends and you knew each other, and, you know, it was kind of like a running gag, but you don't know Zoe Kravitz. Like, for all you know, she might have been very unhappy about it. Like, at best we can say that it was ignorance.
And you guys are now trying to twist even my Hope for Pause fucking movement that I've been doing from so many years ago, where I'm literally on every video, I make everything a fundraiser to just give the little guy a fucking chance.
Who is twisting that to be a bad thing? People are just wondering why every video is marked as a fundraiser. That's it, okay? That's all I was wondering, alright?
You were the same people probably running over those turtles and those poor raccoons and possums on the side of the road for sport, okay?
Dude, chill the fuck out. I mean, seriously, those are some big accusations, Quantum. Like, listen, dude, I'm a prick, but I'm not a monster.
As people like me jump out of the car and rescue fucking animals, put them in the backseat, and let them loose, you know, so they get out of harm's way. There's a very different nature of human being we are. You're the type that sits on Call of Duty and Halo calling people the N-word all day.
Listen, Quantum. It's a good thing that you help animals, okay? I hope you don't stop doing that. But that doesn't negate legitimate criticism against you, okay? Like, sure, it's a good thing, but it doesn't fix the fact that you've said these bigoted things, refuse to admit to it, and just make up excuses for it, continue to say bigoted things, and now you're trying to act like you're better than everyone because you help animals. Like, well, that's all a good thing. It's all completely undone when you're a complete fucking arse about it.
I'm the kind of person that tells you to stop stealing content because you didn't make it and you don't have the right to just take people's shit, re-upload it as you see fit, and that's what you're mad about.
Do you know what fair use is, my guy? Fair use is literally that so long as we transform your content in a way and add something new to it, we can use it. Like, in a fair use case, it doesn't matter how somebody obtained the content. It's how they use it, okay? If I sound angry right now, it's because I'm seriously getting tired of making that same goddamn point every video. Like, seriously, Quantum. When will you learn how fair use works?
I love that you all try to claim that you've been copyright stricken in some aspect and I'm copyright abusing you, but having a concern and filing the copyright claim is not against the law.
It is if you do it under false pretenses. Because if you do, that's called committing perjury, which you have undoubtedly done, since you filed a false DMCA takedown against the Actman under false pretenses. All of this because you can't handle criticism.
You can't possibly think that when YouTube tells you don't download anyone's video, don't like re-upload people's video, like don't do that kind of thing, and you're circumventing YouTube's tools. They give you YouTube Premium. You can download and save videos there, but you can't re-upload them for a reason, right?
I have a question, Quantum. Have you actually watched any of the videos that you've tried to copyright strike? Because you would probably know that people aren't just re-uploading your content, they're actually taking it and transforming it. I mean, Quantum, I'm really gonna hope that you've at least watched the videos that you've tried to strike down here. Because you do realize, if you're still trying to take the Actman to court, and they find out that you haven't, you will get completely destroyed. Because then, there will be undoubtable proof that you filed the takedown under false merits.
When you want to cancel somebody, typically the idea is they need to have A, done something wrong.
You have. Do I really need to point that out anymore? Like, seriously, dude, how are you this thick-skulled? Holy shit. I honestly feel like I'm just becoming dumber listening to this clown.
And B, you better be squeaky fucking clean, because when people look at you and your old tweets and what you've said, I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't want them figuring out that you've said worse.
Worse. Oh yes, because trying to be edgy and saying a slur is worse than wishing death upon an entire community of people. This is just proof that Quantum hasn't watched any of the videos about him. Like, seriously, dude. I mean, seriously, even J-Tech is more self-aware than this guy. Jesus fucking Christ.
You guys can continue to be as hateful and as nasty as you want. I've done nothing to any of you.
So let me get this 100% straight. It wasn't you that made the original video where you insulted the entire Elden Ring community saying they have no lives and no family. It wasn't you who in the second video told the entire Elden Ring community to go kill themselves. It wasn't you who threatened to false DMCA Mischief. It wasn't you who did actually false DMCA the Actman. It wasn't you who's been leaving all those paragraph comments on pretty much any of Mischief's videos where he mentions you. And it definitely wasn't you who said all those hateful, bigoted things. Actually, that is something he would try and argue. The fact is that we know all of that stuff was you. It wasn't YouTube, it wasn't a hacker, and it wasn't your moderators. It was you. You did all of it.
You know, you're strangers on the internet. You should really just focus on yourselves and let everybody make the kind of content they want to make.
You know what? That actually is good advice. At the end of the day, we're all strangers on the internet, and we should all just let people make the content they want to make. I think that's completely fair. Oh wait, except we can't make content about Quantum TV, because if we do, poor little Quantum will get offended and threaten to DMCA us.
Who cares? People don't like Elden Ring. It's gonna happen, right?
Nobody gives a shit that you don't like Elden Ring. Literally nobody would have cared, and this situation wouldn't even be a thing if you didn't threaten to false copyright strike Mischief, and then actually go through with trying to false copyright strike the Actman's video. In fact, this situation is only drawn out by your shitty behavior.
And for every positive review, there's gonna be somebody that's not gonna like something. Happens on every single fucking, channel there is, but magically, you wanna be like, this is a shit take, I'm gonna teach him a lesson for it.
Again, this isn't about Elden Ring, okay? Nobody cares about your take. It's the fact that you threatened Mischief that started this whole situation. If you just let his video be, this entire situation wouldn't even exist. I mean, shit, dude. His video didn't even have 1,000 views at the time.
And I can't help at this point to think that this is a mental obsession. You can't let go until you get the result that you want, which is cancellation.
I mean, dude, the only one keeping this situation going is you. Like, it honestly seems more like you're obsessed with this situation than anyone else. Because this would have been forgotten about if you didn't try to false DMCA the Actman.
All of this because you're told not to rip somebody else's video down. You're told not to misbehave in the way that you do.
All of this because you can't handle criticism. All of this because people told you not to abuse the DMCA system. I mean, seriously, fucking man-child over here.
I mean, take a guy like Mischief. When he started out, before mentioning my name, the guy had 6,000 subscribers and was barely getting by, right?
You know, the funny thing is that Mischief would have stayed at less than 10k subscribers had you not threatened to false DMCA him. Had you left his video alone, everything would have stayed as it was before. But of course, his criticism of your take hurt your little ego, and you had to threaten him.
You think that this behavior doesn't have consequences. One day, and I'm making this video because one day, maybe you guys might actually get someone killed.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, nobody is going to die over a video made criticizing your Elden Ring take, okay? Sure, some loser might threaten to kill you on the internet, but like, bro, who cares, bro? Just ignore them, man. They're not gonna do anything. Like, I genuinely didn't think this video could get any dumber, but somehow you have surprised me.
You think I'm abusing the copyright system. It should be as simple as one person has an issue with me, and we take it to YouTube. YouTube says, fuck you, you're wrong, and that's the end of it. You guys take it and spread it like wildfire to start a mob.
Really, Quantum? What would YouTube have done if you false DMCA'd Mischief? The dude had less than 6,000 subscribers. There is no goddamn way that he would have been able to get a human to actually review his video like the Actman had and determine whether or not it's fair use. You're a bigger channel threatening him. Do you think YouTube solves most of these copyright abuse cases? They don't. You know who does? The community. At the end of the day, the community are the people left to actually solve shit. YouTube don't care, because when it comes to legal matters, they don't want to deal with it.
And some of you start doxing and sharing personal information, and then you go even a step further. You find people in real life, and then you start vandalizing things.
Look, I'm not gonna argue that that kind of shit is okay, but that's not something that happens every single time a video criticizing someone is made. I mean, I feel like I don't really need to say this, but don't fucking dox Quantum. Yes, he's a bad person, but if you do that, you're just as bad as him.
And then when you, as a creator, are approached and told, your video did this, these are your fans that are doing this, dude, you gotta stop. You guys double down and go, you know what? Fuck you, you're full of shit, you're you're pathologically lying about this.
Most people tell their fans not to do that stuff. In every single video I make, I always make it a note that people should not go over and harass the person that I am talking about. Plenty of other YouTubers do this too.
I'm not fucking around with this, okay? You guys are doing things that people are committing crimes now because they're inspired by the Act Man.
Seriously, dude, Quantum, if you can find where in the Act Man's video he said, go and dox Quantum, I will delete every single video I've made about you, and I'll give you all the earnings from them. How does that sound? I mean, up to this point, you'd probably only get at maximum like $100 or so, but still. If people are doing this shit to you, it's not the Act Man's fault, because at no point did he tell people to do that shit.
The Act Man is essentially their god in this point. He can do no wrong.
Oh yes, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Act Man. Yes, praise the Act Man. He is our god. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Maybe when you're making these videos, you're trying to defend yourself from your perspective, right? You think you're right, you think I'm wrong, you want to defend your honor.
We know you're wrong, we know that we're right, and trust me when I say, I literally have no honor to defend anyway. Anyway, from this point on, he just goes on and repeats the same points that he's repeated throughout this entire video. I really can't be bothered covering it anymore. I've spent enough time on this video. So that's the end of the video. I hope I've debunked all of Quantum's shitty points. So yeah, I don't know, if you did enjoy, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter at JordanCSNo. Subscribe to my second channel, JordanCS2. Link to both of those will be in the description. Look, I know I've talked a lot of shit about Quantum. I know he's a pretty bad person. But if I really need to say this, please do not go and harass Quantum. Please don't dox him. Don't fucking try and track him down. And especially fucking don't try and mess with him in real life, okay? Like, not only could you get in trouble for this, but just don't waste your time with it. Like, you don't need to go out of your way to try and ruin Quantum's life, because if he's going down the path that he's going, trust me when I say, he'll fucking do it himself. And that especially goes for if he intends on suing the Act Man. Like, at the end of the day, just enjoy these videos and live your own life, okay? But that's all for today, so until the next dumpster fire of a video on this channel, I've been your least favorite commentary YouTuber, JordanCSNo. I guarantee nobody has even watched this far into the video, and piss off.